Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurul Shahira Alia. My speech for today is titled Should Cell Phones Be Banned in Schools? Today, I would like to share why cell phones should be banned in schools. We all already know what smart gadgets can bring into our life. Needless to say, smartphone is the most useful gadget that ever got invented on the earth. Today, almost any parents can use a cell phone to ask about their children's whereabouts. Cell phones can make it easier to communicate with their children. I believe cell phones today pose a big impact for students, especially smartphones that provide numerous opportunities for entertainment, which is why it should be banned in schools. As a result, a student with cell phones in hand become uninterested student in the class. Students tend to have short attention span when it comes down to being attentive during lectures, and their prime focus is to know what's going on in their social circle using the plethora of social media channels that are present. The first one is cell phones can cause distractions. The notification features on our cell phones are a great way to keep your alerts with whenever going on in your smartphone world. Most of us, we do it unknowingly since we are so addicted to picking up our phones whenever there is a notification alert. This greatly distracts the students even while they are in their class. At the end, they will missing the important notes in the lectures, and of course we heard about the students failing their midterms and failing their final years and so on. The second is poor grades. When students are too accustomed to carrying their smartphone with them to their schools, the possibility of getting poor grades will increase. Why? Because by the time your children pick up their phone during a class session, the brains will require a minimum of 5-minute period to realign what's going on in the classroom, and most importantly, leaving your children to miss out essential points and forget taking notes. If they keep focusing on their phones, they will not understand what the teacher taught them in the class. Next is emotional distress. Emotional distress means like when they use smartphones, there always be the chance of unfiltered internet traffic that they can go through using their personal smartphones. When they argue with their boyfriends or their girlfriends, this feud then easily get carried over with them into their school life, and also this can give a huge impact on their mental well-being, and to top it all off, they will end up thinking about this thing instead of focusing on the task at hand. Next, there are several ways to control the students from using their cell phones in the classrooms. First one is school should prepare a phone storage system in classroom, which is students were required to place their phones in a pocket or box with their names on it when they enter their classroom. With this, The student can appreciate the time away from their phones. Not only that, they also will realize that they can be without their phones, especially during their classes. Next, students should try to obstruct their habits by turning off their phones or putting them in airplane mode. This can help the student from keeping constantly checking their cell phones. Also, it can fix their habits from spending more time with their phones. It is a known fact that students who enjoy spending their time over their smartphones at home are accustomed to following the same routine and pattern during their school time as well. This may give bad impact to the students. The effect is cyberbullying at its peak. Students are at risk of being bullied online. They will pick up on each other and start pasting inflammatory statements on social media apps just to annoy the other one across the room or classes. This by far is the worst distractions for any children and hurt their mental well-being. Then a series of depressions and anxiety start kicking in into such students and thus end up being ill and start taking day off from the schools. Next is cheating in exams. It is a common known fact that most of them are not attentive during their classroom times. Hampers them from learning which is written have a massive impact on how they are prepared for their exam and test. They can just use their cell phones to record their answers and view them or listen to them during a test or exams. Access to cell phones in the classroom make it easier for students to cheat during tests. Thanks to this device, students are no longer required to write answers on small pieces of paper on their arms anymore. What then happens is they will end up cheating on their exams and getting risk for being caught. In summary, spending almost all day using their smartphone is detrimental to their health. Please ensure that as a responsible parent, you limit Please ensure that as a responsible parent, you limit the use of smartphone times of your children. It is indeed challenging to impose a complete ban on the usage of smartphones at schools, since other bloggers will say otherwise and can come up with hundreds of reasons to support the use of smartphones at schools. I hope all parents will start taking action now because it may change your children's futures. That's all from me. Thank you.